across the harbor, you see the skyline, of course, of Hong Kong, and certainly the contrasting realities of rents. So residential rent, I believe, is back to levels of pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Commercial office rent is continuing to drop substantially across many of those skyscrapers that you saw in those.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at what we've been seeing from some of these big developers, right? The likes of, the Cheung Kong Center with billionaire Li Ka-shing's, building, really led those declines among some of these major offices in the city. We're talking about a third.
Wow.
As much as a third. And what's really being the worst commercial property market slump in more than a decade. So
33%.
Yeah. And I think there's still some vacancies in those new buildings as well. The Henderson as well. They've been talking about denting rents for existing ones, according to some of those agencies.
I think it's 40% still vacant as of... Yeah, so the Henderson, which is right across the Cheung Kong Center where we are, is about 40% of vacancy as of May. And of course, where we are, right?
Yeah.
30%. Wondering if we have to renegotiate.
I don't know.
Well, that's out of our control. That's out of our control.
That's above our pay grade.
Yeah, certainly.
But yeah, certainly it brings us to a lot to the outlook for commercial property and what does this mean, right? It's interesting. Bloomberg Intelligence came out with a survey that's found that firms in Hong Kong may actually need to offer salary hikes to get workers back to the office. Our senior analyst, Patrick Wong, joins us now. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if anyone's interested in doing that right now, but what were some of the key findings here?
Yeah, we did a survey over the past 2 years, and this one, I think, is getting more interesting results because we looked at for lots of the respondents. They are getting more and more saying that the flexibility is very important. There's 35% of them saying that they need the salary hike, right, by 6% or even more, right, potentially to see how it goes. But basically, I think the key is that they want to be like, if the employer asks them to work in the office 5 days a week, they need salary hike. So this is very interesting findings because we see that also have an impact on the office market, definitely.
Well, but how are the other emerging trends affecting then? This is one of the factors that's affecting office occupancy, for example. What are the other key findings you've figured out here?
Another thing is that we also observe that all of those office workers nowadays, they also treasure the flexibility and also about the commute time. So that's very important because, yes, in Hong Kong it's relatively convenient versus London versus Paris.
Who's complaining?
Right? Yeah, but still complaining.
Give me the results of that survey. I'm going to write a polite letter. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, but yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's over half of the respondents saying that the transportation costs and also the commute time are very important. Also, making them a bit challenging to back to office.
Yeah.
Very interesting finding.
I mean, talk to people in New York, talk to people in LA, talk to people in London, and they'll tell you, what you got in Hong Kong is nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Okay. In terms of what the office landlords and their standing, where they're all in this, are there particular ones that you think could benefit from this?
I think this also means that for lots of landlords, if they have the office really atop the MTR stations, will benefit. So look at like Sun Hung Kai, they have the West Kowloon, the office upcoming. UBS will be the anchor tenant in West Kowloon. So that will change a lot. Like we just mentioned about IFC, right? There is also very convenient. But we also see upcoming the potential is West Kowloon. So that is also for Sun Hung Kai, they have a really mega project there. So we also benefit.
So it matters if the building is actually right by the metro station.
It has to be on top.
Yeah.
Don't even want to take a walk.
No. And that takes us back to really our building right here. We're in between. What I don't like though is, how they tell you sometimes it's right by the MTR exit, but then the train is a few hundred miles from after the actual exit.
The station.
Yeah, you're just walking inside.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways, at least you're indoors.
Yes.
With aircon, right?
And it's relative. Like we're complaining. It's heaven here if you think about it, right? Everything is super convenient.
But I think the takeaway from Patrick is those UBS guys. You better go to work. No excuses now.
No. You have your own building. And apparently, we were speaking with the boss of the APAC CEO, right?
Yeah.
And he said they still want that pool.
Oh, yeah.
At the very top of the building.
I remember him saying that.
Yeah, right? So
more incentives to go to work.
What is not to like?
Patrick, thank you. Great stuff there. Patrick Wong, Bloomberg Intelligence, senior analyst, joining us there.